Hi, today I was going to start part 3 on the tennis shoes, and I thought I better explain a little bit about fabric before you start your tennis shoes, so you have a better idea of what your shoe's going to look like before you finish it off or even start it. This is a sheet protector. What I did was I have a whole stack of these that I bought at the Sam's Club, and I use them. If you've ever heard of a thing called the fussy cut ruler, well, basically what that is see-through, and you can tell exactly what you're going to cut before you cut it. So basically I took a sheet protector. You can also use like a freezer bag out of the out of your kitchen drawer, if that's all you have. That's not my first choice, but these sheet protectors work really well. And basically what I do is I just cut my pattern out of it, and then I put in my seam allowance of 1/4 of an inch all the way around. I draw my center line, and then also I put in my little X's where I'm going to put in my eyelets. And the reason I do this is because this way I'm able to actually look at the material that I want to make shoes out of to see if it's something I want to do. For example, here I had just a little remnant scrap of little animal material, and I thought, oh, this would be very cute to make a pair of shoes out of for the doll. And so I thought, okay, I want this elephant on one side of the shoe, so I was able to, even though I'm against the grain of the fabric, I'm going to be able to sew this on interfacing so it will hold its shape, so it didn't really matter how I cut these out. I don't know if you know much about a grain of fabric, but you have your straight grain, your cross grain, and then you have your bias. So even though we may be cutting off on the bias where there's going to be a lot of stretch, we can either iron on pellin, or we can use interfacing and sew it on so it'll keep its shape. So basically what I did is I wanted this zebra on one side, and I wanted the elephant on the other side. Actually, I wanted elephants on both sides, but I didn't have enough elephants on this scrap of fabric. So I settled for zebras on one side and elephants on the other. And if you take your piece of plastic see-through fabric and you line up your zebra, there's no way you're going to have an elephant on the other side. So what I did is I cut out my fabric, and I added 1/4 of an inch seam here, and I cut that out, and then I went and I found my elephant, cut the other side out, gave myself 1/4 of an inch seam, and I ended up with 2 pieces, and I sewed them my 1/4 of an inch. I opened them up, and I ended up with my elephant on one side and my zebra on the other. And of course I'm going to put my middle seam in here to cover up my seam. So, but this is a good way of getting whatever pictures you want on your shoes by using the see-through protector sheet or baggy, not baggy, but freezer bag, whatever you, this works better though. So if you have protector sheets, they work better. So on the inside it doesn't matter, just I put it on the straight grain for the inside, so I can I didn't go off a bias. I didn't go on the bias for that. And this is the first time I also I went out and I bought the universal eyelet setter at Michael's. This was $9.95 or $9.95, and I had a 40% off coupon, so I got it for $6.48. But it comes with a cone, the 3/16, the 1/8, and the 1/16, so it should be able to cover all of your eyelets, and it's very simple to use. I'm very happy with it. I tried it on these, and they were in the first try. It was just so easy. I couldn't believe how easy it was, and it was definitely worth the price. but I'll show you that when I get to it. Another thing I tried, you know, a lot of this stuff I'm doing is all experimental just to see if it'll work. And I tried the peel and stick foamies. I've been using just the plain white foamies, but this time I got the peel and stick kind. And I put the shiny, I guess you'd call this the silver glitter white, and I just peeled it and stuck it around the shoe. I don't know if it's going to hold or what's going to happen. I'll probably end up having to take it off and re-glue it, but I thought I'd try it the way it was to see if that would work and if it would actually stay on. Another thing I tried on this was the pellant. I don't know if I told you already, but I'm not happy with the pellant at all. I've only put this on a couple times and already it's all crushed up, so I'm going to go back to the yogurt plastic, which is just my yogurt plastic from Walmart. I've been saving them and pulling the paper off as best I can, and then I'm just going to cut that out in the shape of the tongue and use that because it's holding up better than the Pelon is. So unless you can come up with something that works better, you know, let me know. But so far I like the plastic the best, so that's what I'm going with. As far as fabric choices, believe it or not, the best fabric for these shoes is drapery fabric. This is remnants I bought at a resale shop. A lot of people, a lot of curtain makers, when they have leftover fabric, they'll donate it all to the Goodwill or Salvation Army or charity shops, churches, and they'll pack this stuff up in bags and they'll sell it for like $3 a bag. So you're getting $8.95 a yard up to $28 a yard fabric, and you're getting a stack this big for $3. So even if you get a quarter of a yard that you like in the bag, you're still getting a good deal. A lot of the stuff you get is the Robert Kaufmans, the Waverlys. You can't tell, but this is Waverly fabric. It's the same fabric that my kitchen curtains are made out of. And it's Waverly, and I think this was $8.95 a yard, so, and I got it for $3 on remnants. This one too is also a Waverly, and I made a reversible jacket for the doll using the same fabric, and I got a whole bunch of this beautiful fabric. Somebody probably has curtains in this too, and this is also Teflon coated, but it comes with the hat, and it's very cute. But this is also boots that I've made. Okay, so when you are making doll shoes and you cut out your plastic, this way you'll be able to tell exactly whether or not your shoe is centered. Like that blue shoe that I made, if I would have been smart, I would have lined it up better so that I had the same pattern on each side of the panel. So now with that see-through, you can actually determine by looking what your shoe is going to look like. So it gives you a little preview. So say for example I wanted to make a Christmas shoe. I could take this, put this up against the fabric and decide, well, where do I want to put it so I can get the most gold snowflakes for my shoes. And then you can even put your foamy board down and you can get a pretty good idea of what your shoe is going to look like with the actual trim around the bottom too. Another thing you can do is like Nora the Explorer. You can get licensed fabrics. Now Nora is obviously too big for a pair of shoes, but I can not put this in the back and go with something like this even without the eyelet, and I can do from the back of the shoe I can have Dora's head and her monkey. I don't know the name of this character, but you can have that, and you can make what's her name? Dora the Explorer tennis shoes. So there's all kinds of options, and here you can make on this you could make a dancing pair of leprechauns, and you can center it back, and you can have yourself a St. Patrick's Day pair of outfit for your doll with a pot of gold, so it's, you know, anything like that. Here's ballerina shoes. So it's just to show you that you can determine pretty much what the shoe's going to look like before you even start. But then you'll have things like this where they won't work very well because they have a directional to them. So besides, I wouldn't have enough fabric here for a pair of shoes, or very slightly I might, but I could probably do, you know, maybe the Dalmatian or something for a shoe. That would be cute with the bones and the red balls. But anyway, that is just an example of some of the things you can do and some of the options you can use for the tennis shoes. So anyway, I'm going to stop here, and then when I come back, I'm going to start putting this second shoe together, so you can see how I do that. Okay, I'll be back.